Almandin on the outside, they've paired down to fight it out. Heartbreak City the inside and Almandin on the outside. Almandin and Heartbreak City, what a finish to the Melbourne Cup. Almandin putting his nose in front of Heartbreak City, they hit the line. Almandin won it by a very narrow margin.
This time on Paths of Champions, we walk the road trodden by Almandin on his way to Melbourne Cup glory in 2016. The German import won at 10-1 and better in some places, despite winning the 2 starts before the Cup. Almandin was a 6-year-old gelding in 2016. His last race in Germany was in June of 2014. He finally resumed his racing career in June of 2016. Trained by Robert Hickmott, no doubt with some input by superstar owner Lloyd Williams, Almandin's 6-run campaign was spaced out in a slightly unconventional manner. His first run over a mile at Moonee Valley in June is punctuated with a 7-week semi-spell. You could say that the 6-year-old's campaign actually started on the 6th of August when racing over 2,000 metres at Flemington. Even that would be an early start to a Melbourne Cup campaign for a locally trained contender. Looking at a line graph of Almandin's runs, it looks like the further in distance the 6-year-old went, the better he went. In his 5th and 6th runs, the Bart Cummings and the Melbourne Cup, the margin of victory is reduced from his 4th run, but he is facing higher quality opposition. So the line graph doesn't illustrate that so well. We're now looking at Almandin's first run in June of 2016. He's carrying 59 kilos despite the unsuitable distance, and keep in mind, the higher in grade the 6-year-old went, the more weight relief he got. He's in the navy blue and white silks, the white cap on, sitting at the rear of the field. This was his first start in 2 years, and unsurprisingly, he struggled to keep pace. In addition to the fact he'd been out of competition for so long, he had not run in a race any shorter than 2,000 metres since his second race start in 2013. Obviously, the tempo was a little troubling for him. Still, to his credit, we see Almandin making good ground over the closing stage.
A length and a half, Guest of Honour, Rugged Cross. 2 Spread Eagle, 1 Lord Durante out wide, no cover. On the fence, Fast and Free. Kapoor out 4 wide. Then came Almandin the centre. Back on the fence, Sir Beres pulling out Manalapan from the back of the field over Cloud Burst back to the inside. They were followed by Au Revoir and Chance to Dancers last and ridden along a little bit. On Piccolo, skipping along with no weight. Kenjawood well in his shadow at the 500 metre mark. 2 Kapoor, Spread Eagle and Rugged Cross getting off the fence, running on, and Fast and Free coming home on the rail. On the bend, on Piccolo going better than Kenjawood, shook him off. Rugged Cross a length away, then Fast and Free. They're the majors as they turn. On Piccolo, Benny said let's go. He's a length and a half in front. Kenjawood hasn't given up the ghost quite as yet from Fast and Free. Rugged Cross on Piccolo, a length and a half to 2 lengths in front. No weight, on speed, up against the fence. That's the place to be. On Piccolo, 2 lengths to Fast and Free, Kenjawood and Rugged Cross. Chance to Dancers got home like a rocket from the back. They were followed next in by Almandin.
In his second run in Australia, some 7 weeks after his first run, Almandin takes up the front-running role. He's wearing the predominantly white with red sleeves on this occasion. Race stewards were advised pre-race that the German import would be ridden on the speed, which was something they never tried again. You could speculate that Connections wanted to ensure their cup hope had a decent hit out.
Sent forward, looking for the front, goes clear by a length. Rhythm to Spare 3 out, going up into second now. Luke on the rail is running third at the 1,600 metres mark as Pen Your Hopes will duck in and find a bit of cover shortly. 2 lengths away, Kalani Kid in a similar margin to Golden Mane. Racing their way to the 1,400 metres mark, and Almandin, the German bred horse with his magnificent record overseas, including a win over the Melbourne Cup winner Protectionist 2 runs back. He leads the Main, Past the 800 metres mark, and Almandin has had a good time in front, leading Rhythm to Spare a neck away. Luke on the fence, bottled up. Pin Your Hopes has him pocketed. 2 lengths, Kalani Kid trying to get the back of Pin Your Hopes as he comes out 3 deep. Golden Mane last, but only 4 lengths covers the field. Almandin to the bend first, about to be clicked up because Rhythm to Spare's on terms. A length and a half to Pin Your Hopes, and Luke and Kalani Kid pulled out. Golden Mane behind those. Rhythm to Spare got up to Almandin. Almandin one batting at the moment. Kalani Kid's running on well with Pin Your Hopes, but it's Rhythm to Spare the front runner. Kalani Kid out in the centre of the track. He's a little bulldog. He gets the head out and he stretches the yard. Here he comes now. Kalani Kid moves up. Golden Mane from the back running on, but Kalani Kid grew clear from Golden Mane. A terrific little 2,000 metre horse, and he wins again from Golden Mane, Pin Your Hopes and Rhythm to Spare. Then Luke and Almandin, no quicken whatsoever.
Almandin runs last and looked beaten at the 400 metres. Despite fading early, the race did not rate very well. Usually when a leader drops out like that, it's a sign the pace has been on, which then sets up for a good time and a good race rating. Not so there, but it was 6th of August and 3 months out from the Cup. Now you can see Almandin at Moonee Valley. Again, we're racing over 10 furlongs, and now he's back in the familiar Lloyd Williams navy blue and white. Jockey Stephen Arnold has him pretty close to the pace, but as the field stretches out, he gets to at least 6 lengths off the leader. What's significant is Arnold's decision to move 4 wide and start chasing from the 800 metres.
Away in the field, then came Almandin on the outside, and they're a couple of lengths clear from Aloft, Walkadelic, 2 lengths Tall Ship, Tooleybuck Kid, Crafty Cruiser, Hands Holbein about to peel and go around the outside of Spur on Gold. Well, Bold Sniper at the 600, joined again by Lord Durante. They've both gone pretty hard. Pin Your Hopes a length away, Almandin wide out. Kalani Kid's had a beautiful run if he can produce something now in the green colours. Then Walkadelic, Aloft trying to respond, but he's off the bit on the inside. And then Tooleybuck Kid to the home turn. And Lord Durante the leader. He's drawn a length in front now from Almandin. Running on now Kalani Kid. He's got it into the clear. He's only a length off Lord Durante. And then Aloft trying to pick up again. Lord Durante tackled by Kalani Kid. 2 lengths to Almandin. Kalani Kid moved up on the outside with 100 to go. Takes the lead. Lord Durante's rallying on his inside. Kalani Kid's about a half in front though and wins by that margin from Lord Durante. 3 lengths to Aloft third just in front of Swarkadelic, and then Bold Sniper and Almandin.
So, an improved performance for Almandin. He did fade from the Moonee Valley turn, but most would agree the jockey wasn't riding with the fullest vigour once he knew the horse was beaten. In his 4th run, Almandin is up in grade, but up to a more suitable 2,400 metres and, importantly, down in weight, carrying 55 kilograms. That's 3.5 kilograms less than his last start. He's wearing the Lloyd Williams silks with the white cap. As there was an electric pace set by Shimrano, Almandin finds himself 8 lengths off the lead with around 900 metres to run.
From the leader at least, so 1,000 metres left to go, and out in front Shimrano by about a 5-length margin over a side, and 3 lengths away to 4 lengths away is Almandin, a length and a half Ola Nearer. Now Hall eases him to the outside now, and by the 800 metres he starts to click him forward. He's got 3 lengths in front of Black Tomahawk, and then came Thunder Teddington and the Bandit, so they've really started to concertina now, and Shimrano came back in a flash at the 600. Ola Nearer hit the lead, and it's Ola Nearer by about a length now to the stablemates. A Sign, who's moving up on the outside, and Almandin. They're the chasers coming towards the bend, and Black Tomahawk now coming with one swooping run up towards the turn. The Bandit a lot to do from there. It's Ola Nearer the leader. Almandin straight to him very quickly on the outside, and a side on the rails. They come to the 200 and they're clear from Black Tomahawk. Coming past the 200 metre mark now, and it's Almandin, Damien Oliver, who drew 2 lengths in front. It's Almandin from a sign, Black Tomahawk and Ola Nearer, and in the run home it's all Almandin. He comes away, and Almandin beat his stablemate A Sign by 2 lengths. Getting up for third, 3
A comfortable 2-length win at listed level. Post-race jockey Damien Oliver said, "He actually gave me a good kick today, this horse. Gave me a good feel."
Covers, here's a tip. If you want to get a head start on the opposition for this year's Melbourne Cup, try my 2022 Melbourne Cup lead-up playlist. It starts with Knight's Order in the Sydney Cup, Point Nepean in the Andrew Ramsden, plus you can see all the foreign contenders in action. There's Deauville Legend, Hu Ya Mao, Loft, Without a Fight, Camorra. Just find the Lew Dub's Personal Best homepage on YouTube, then select Playlists 2022 Melbourne Cup lead-up. Act now.
He doesn't have a big sweater or afro. He's gay. Like, I run slave camp. But I'm gay.
Now it's 1 week later and Almandin is taking on the Group 3 Bart Cummings. Once again, he carries 55 kilograms. He wears the white cap of the 2 Lloyd Williams runners.
Got away well. Shimrano from deeper still is heading forward. El Moonquist just off them, and so is Luke. And Excess Knowledge 6th down by the judge on the first circuit. And they were being followed by Almandin, who settles well back on the inside of Venge Masque. Back towards the end of the field then came Aloft, who's third from last. And then
Our old friend Shimrano is a runaway leader in a repeat of Almandin's last race. This time at a higher grade, Shimrano is pretty much beaten at the 800 metres, with Almandin a similar distance from the lead as in the Harry White.
And Swarkadelic 2.5 lengths detached at the back. Down the side, and the pressures come right on here at the 800 metres. Dandy Gent went up on the outside, and Pentathlon along the rails, and they've claimed Shimrano. Luke moved up strongly into 4th placing, followed El Moonquist and Excess Knowledge. Venge Masque next around the outside, and then Almandin playing for luck closer to the inner when they corner in. Back behind them is Aloft. He's got a lot to do from there. Zantique has gone past him now. Swarkadelic last. Dandy Gent the leader. Into the straight, he's 2 lengths to El Moonquist giving chase. Pentathlon boxing on only on the inside. Almandin trying to move through the race on the inside is starting to really go through his gears now, Almandin, and wider on the course, Excess Knowledge, but Dandy Gent tackled by Almandin at the 200. He raced to the front down on the rail. Excess Knowledge running on, and Zantika from well back down the outside, but Almandin has a commanding lead in the closing stages and wins it well. Almandin by 2 lengths to Zantika. Excess Knowledge a neck away third. Venge Masque will be 4th, and then Dandy Gent.
He's done a good job, this horse, backing up in the week. He was impressive last week, but up a bit in class today, and he's done it again. And that gets him into the Cup, so I'm sure Lloyd will be happy.
Wow, getting better. So at listed level, he wins by 2 lengths, and at Group 3 level, he wins by 1.5 lengths. At this stage, Connections have a conundrum though. It's 4.5 weeks out from the Melbourne Cup. They're assured of a start in the 24-horse field, but do they run him in the Caulfield Cup? Do they run him in the Geelong Cup or even the Moonee Valley Gold Cup and risk incurring a weight penalty? Well, Lloyd and his Aussie trainer Robert Hickmott decided to go straight into the Cup and bank on their own skills to keep the horse's fitness levels the same or even better. If you know your Melbourne Cup history, you'll know that Williams and Hickmott got it right. Here are the key elements to Almandin and his successful 2016 Melbourne Cup campaign. Amongst all that's on screen, it's that light 52 kilograms he carries. It's Almandin's last start, which was a top rater for his entire prep. And any questions about him running the 2 miles and his bad barrier were nullified by the gelding's adaptable race pattern.
Virtually on his own, right out wide on the course. Up there too is a sign. Karen Marotic's come over for Tommy Berry, actually ran to the lead. Excess Knowledge is there as well, and Kiwi is getting into a place just behind the leading bunch of horses. Who Shot the Barman's gone right back, and so too is Beautiful Romance. And as they settle into stride, there's about 7 or 8 right across the track here. Big Orange close to the inside, headed by Excess Knowledge and Karen Marotic. Out deeper is a sign, and the light blue cap has moved up now into 4th placing. So down to the judge, Excess Knowledge on the outside, narrowly from Karen Marotic, a sign, and then Big Orange. Wicklow Brave trapped out wide. followed by Grey Lion just in behind them with Rose of Virginia and Kiwi 3 wide turning out of the straight. Jamaica about 4 pairs back on the inside from our Ivanhoe. Then came Secret Number, followed by Gallant midfield on the inside. Hartnell's next on the outside of Oceanographer. About a length and a half away, Heartbreak City, and then came Exospheric. They're trailed by Almandin a long way back in the field. Then came Bondi Beach from El Moonquith. They were being followed then by Heartbreaks back towards the end as Beautiful Romance. Grand Marshal is back amongst the tail enders as well. Heartbreak City a long way from them as they go out towards the 1700 metres, and then Pentathlon. He's back towards the end of the field, and Who Shot the Barman was last with Sir John Hawkwood third from last. As they made their way by the 1600 metres, Excess Knowledge leading narrowly. On the outside, Secret Number keeping him honest. They're a length and a half clear. Curran Marotic getting a lovely run on the inside of Wicklow Brave, just shading him now. They were 2 lengths clear from a sign, and then came Big Orange. A length and a half to Grey Lion and Kiwi together. 1.5 to Hartnell. He'd be about 7 or 8 lengths away from the leader. Jamaica's next on the rails when they go around the back of the course now. They were being followed at the 1200 metre mark then by on the outside is our Ivanhoe. A length further back in the field is Gallant, and then came Heartbreak City, followed by Oceanographer. Rose of Virginia's up about 7th or 8th outside of Jamaica. Well back in the field then came Exospheric down on the inside, followed by back behind them is Almandin as they run to the home turn in a fiercely run race. Next is El Moonquith and Grand Marshal. Well back is Bondi Beach and Pentathlon. Beautiful Romance. Then Sir John Hawkwood, and at the end of the field is Who Shot the Barman. Coming around the turn of the Melbourne Cup now, and it's a Secret Number leading narrowly from Excess Knowledge. Wicklow Brave is under pressure when they turn in. It's been a relentless run, Cup. Who's going to be the last man standing? Hartnell and Jamaica peel to the outside. Here comes Heartbreak City letting down with a beautiful run too. Up the middle of the course, and Almandin joins in. Heartbreak City and Almandin race up to Hartnell. They look the 3 from El Moonquith. It's Heartbreak City, Almandin on the outside. They've paired down to fight it out. Heartbreak City the inside and Almandin on the outside. Almandin and Heartbreak City. What a finish to the Melbourne Cup. Almandin putting his nose in front of Heartbreak City. They hit the line. Almandin won it by a very narrow margin from Heartbreak City. 5 lengths away was Hartnell third. Kiwi next over, followed by Who Shot the Barman. Beautiful Romances made ground from El Moonquith, Exospheric, and then came back behind those was Big Orange. They're followed further back by Oceanographer, didn't come into it, nor did Bondi Beach, Pentathlon, Grey Lion, and behind them Excess Knowledge.
And gentlemen, drum roll please. Of books in the world, The Great Reset and the War for the World is number 9 in the world. Woo!